A very good afternoon to Sir Hyrule. Today, we're gonna talk about the human error. Firstly, I would like to introduce my teammates. First will be Sarvin Analaki Kumarisan. Next will be me, Praveen Analaki Nathan, and then the third one will be Sarvin Kumar. Now, next get to the intro first. Let's see what is the human error is. Okay. Human error is the leading cause of maritime accidents. Factors indulge fatigue, miscommunication, inadequate training, and poor decision making as well. So, firstly, I would like to tell that human error is well known as a prevalent factor in maritime accidents, accounting for most cases of ship accidents. This looks into a different cause of human error, including fatigue, breakdowns in communication, inadequate training, and decision making as well. As you can see that there are some accidents that also has been happened in real time, such as the Costa Concordia sinking and also Exxon Valdez oil spill as well. So human error is effective to the shipping transport industry and also responsible for most maritime disasters as well. As you can see that basically human error happen when the crew or the person in charge in the vessel also who are not educated with skills and also without having good fatigue, which means that without having energy or something like that, they will be slightly stressful and might able to create an emotional barrier in their mind, so they might make mistakes in their decision making when having a shipping process or transportation process as well. Next will be the dangers of human error, which I would like to say that the it is very danger for human error happen in the shipping industry or in that process. As you can say that there will be an execution error, which means lack of skill, distraction, and then the second will be rule based mistakes, skipping checklist or using shortcuts, and the third will be knowledge based error, misinterpreting situations or making wrong decisions. Okay, as you can see that the first will be execution error. When in lack of skill or distraction, the crew might make mistake in the shipping transport process, or the customer would be disappointed by their work of lack of skill and might able to uh, report the uh, shipping process as well. And then the second will be rules based mistake, which means skipping checklist or using shortcuts. When using shortcuts and skipping checklist, they might make mistake on the goods that they carry. And also, if they use shortcuts, the route that they might gonna go will be might be able to have a bad weather that makes the shipping delays, and also it will be dangerous for the crew to survive in that type of seawater route as well. So they have to get a clear thinking of what route they have to choose based on the rules that has been made. And then the knowledge based error, which is misinterpreting situation, that is known as interpreting the situations in a wrong way might can make the consumers or the customers to be confused by their process, and it also able to make the consumer to not know the real time shipping updates as well. Next will be the causes of human error in maritime accidents. As you can say that These are the main causes that can happen to the that can cause the human error in maritime accident as well. First will be fatigue and overwork leads to slow reaction time and poor judgment, which means that the crew or the people inside the ship or port, if they feel like very overstressed or overtired, they might feel low reaction to their working skills, and also they might also don't have a good judgment, which can make wrong decision making and leads to mistakes as well. And then communication barrier, misunderstanding in multinational crew causes accident, which means if they have the good communication skills, misunderstanding with any international crews port authorities might be able to make a huge danger to the transportation process when having transportation process through the international countries. And then inadequate training, which means it is an important thing for a crew to have a good quality of training. If they doesn't have a good quality of training, they might will be lacking of their skill, which may also delay the shipping process and
and
also will
also
able to
will able
make
to
more
make more
mistakes
mistakes
in the transporting
transporting
operation as well.
operation as well.
And then the fourth will be the decision making under
Under
stress.
stress.
This is
This
one of
is one of
the
the
important
important
cause
cause
of human
of
error,
human
which
error,
is
which is
making a
making
decision
a decision
under
under
emotional
emotional
barrier, which will be very danger for captain or also crew in a ship to have a transportation process that can lead to mis communication in their team also, and might be able to make the transportation process into a failure. And then last will be the failure to follow protocols. Some crew ignore safety procedures, which
procedures,
means
which means
if the crew
if the
members
crew members
are uh, ignoring the protocols
protocols
or without
without
hearing
hearing
any
any
rules of
rules of
the
the
ships or
ships or
imports,
imports,
they might
they might
able to
able
make
to make
mistakes
mistakes
which can
which
lead
can lead
to
to
delay the
delay the
port
port
operation, and
operation and
also
also
able to have
able to have
argument
argument
between
between
the
the
port
port
authorities or ship
authorities or ship
authorities
authorities
that can
that
make
can make
the
the
environment, working environment will
environment will
be in
be
a
in a
negative
negative
way as
way
well.
as well.
Thank you. That's all from me.
So, a very good afternoon to Sir Irul and my fellow friends and to my beloved ones. So, I'll be talking about case studies since Praveen gave you a brief explanation about what is human error. So, these are the three main famous incidents that are been talking in many subjects and been taughting us till today. So, the first one will be Costa Concordia disaster 2012. Location of the cause of Gilogo Island, Italy. The date was January 13, 2012. So the vessel Costa Condria luxury cruise ship, casualties 32 dead and 64 injured. Financial loss around estimated 2 billion. Cost, the captain deviated from the route, poor crisis management and late evacuations. So basically what they're trying to tell by poor route crisis management and late evacuation is like he never did the pre-judgment, pre-calculation as early as he should. And there are two routes, rough route and longer routes. Rough route might be fast, but the part is not to say safe. It's so rough. And then there's a long route. It might consume a lot of time, but it's safe. So he maybe use the rough route, and maybe the weather calculation is wrong due to human error. That thing happened. So the human errors are Captain Francisco changed the course of island salute, misjudged the ship position and in the underwater rocks. Delayed evacuation caused panic and confusion. Captain abandoned the ship before passengers were fully evacuated. So these are, as I told you, like he never did properly, and when thing happened, the captain panicked. The person who are in charge of the ship panicked and abandoned the ship. So the next case, Exxon Valdez oil spill 1989. This one is also a famous case. They've been studying in our subjects also. So location, Prince William Sound, Alaska, USA. Date, March 24, 1989. Vessel, Exxon Valdez oil tanker. So the casualty is no death but major environmental disaster. Environment intake 11 million of oil spill serve marine pollution. So the financial loss around 7 billion. Cleanup legal, including cleanup and legal costs. Cost, crew fatigue, captain intoxication, poor supervision. So as my friend Praveen explained to you just now about the fatigue and intoxication is like maybe he ate something that's not is supposed to eat and he got stomach ache or something, and poor supervision. Since he was not feeling well, he was not there to monitor the things properly. So the lack of monitoring caused to this. So the human errors are affected. Third mate failed to steer properly. Captain was allegedly intoxicated and left command and to an unqualified crew. So as we learn, there's a time zone. Like first officer monitor this officer, like it's a circle. So the circle of command broke because of the captain's intoxication. So as we all can see, captain will monitor first officer will maintain second officer will maintain third officer, and then the crew, like they take their shift turns, right? At the time intoxicated, the thing was splitted and caused to this. Moving on next. Helen of Free Enterprise 1987. Location Seaburg, Belgium. Date March 6, 1987. Vessel Earth of Free Enterprise passenger ferry. Casualties 193 dead, dozens injured. Cause bow door left open, water flooded, lower decks design flaws. So the human errors are bow doors were left open, crew forgot to close them. So it's like a visible human error. They were like, how to say, in the Malay they call it the term cuai. And then move on is assistant boatman fell asleep and missed safety check. He was too tired, so he missed the safety check to make this happen. No communication between crew members to confirm the door is closed. Since he slept and they thought it was just regular day to cause this thing happen, likeness in their responsibility. Moving on, next is ship poor stability design made it prone to capsizing. So ship design as well contributed this. Okay, moving on to next, risk management strategies. So to do this, we need to have the identifications, recognizing human error risk. So it will be in certain categories. First category, human factors. Fatigue due to long working hours. Fatigue, that means tired, you need to know that, tired. And then stress from high pressure environments. So how to say this high pressure environment is, let's say I'm a new crew member, I just finished graduating, I'm learning this, like I'm not ready to adapt the environment. Even though I'm mentally prepared or something also, the outcome I'm going to receive rather than studying book in real life is totally different. That's what the stress become. And then don't know, she has a lot of surprises, as a lot of captain seafarers will tell us. She has a lot of surprises, we don't know what's going to happen because we can't predict things. Even though we can predict things also, the waves things, everything might change at times. So like it can also cause high pressures, and then overload too much information at once. What they mean by too much information, you need to look at the map, you need to look at the steer, you need to look at the depart ports, you need to check everything once at all. How to do the, like you constantly keep busy, like getting overload. Then moving on to next, environmental factors. Poor weather conditions, storm, fog and ice. So that's why I said that now, weather conditions, we can't predict the weather. Even though, like, since there's weather costing, there's weather instrument to check all of this also, sometimes things might go out of our expectation, as we know, because it's how is it, things sometimes go out of our hand, even though we did our proper prediction also. And then excessive noise and vibration in ship environments. And then moving on next is limited visibility and navigation challenges. Let's say if we let's say if I can want to give you a good example, the wars going on between Palestine and Israel, and some of the waterways we are supposed to use has been blocked off, and then the Black Sea even, where we can't use the route we supposed to use, since there have been wars going on, like there's been going on, how to say, like terrorism, counter attacks, like people trying to steal from us, steal from the ships, so they don't using the way, they need to take a new routes, and they need to do some exploration that might sometimes go well and might sometimes won't. So these are the environmental factors. If you ask me, like these are the things we need to concern, and we don't know, like we need to explore. So that can be environmental factors. Moving on, next, operation factors. Heavy workload and repetitive tasks. Because your job is a seafarer, maybe the rules might be differ due to the weather, some this and that, but the workload remains the same. Sometimes if the weather is worse, your workload will get high. Depends on the things you are doing, and you need to be a proper man to make decisions and properly maintain equipment. It can be anything, like the hull, the propeller. It can be a cause also. Moving on, next is miscommunication among multinational crews. So as Sir Harold taught us, racism, white, blacks, niggers, things like this exist. So like, if let's say I'm a black guy and my crew member is a white guy, just for example, let's say if I'm a higher position than him, even if I say also, he won't listen, because let's say the reason can be the majority of them are being white, so hate on a black guy, something like that. Like they like to be with their own community, things like that, and then based on his color, his religion, his race, all of that becoming a thing also. Then moving on, next, technology factors. Over reliance on automation. Like nowadays, ships are 60 to 70% depends on the AI navigation things and that, and sometimes they tend to not to do manual calculations and things like that. So like, let's say if a ship broke down in the middle of the sea, and we need to manually calculate the things, it might be some a bit tough. Moving on, next, poorly designed control panels and alarms. Like the box, the video recording box, and the control panels alarms. Like we need to constantly doing reports on that. Like IMO and SOLAS regulations are there. We need to check on that. The hull is important, but hull surface preparation, repair, all this of this important. But this thing is important as well. That some ships don't keep an eye on. And the next is complete navigation system that require advanced training. Like seafarers, like captains, second officer, first officer, they are really some old dudes. Like they are not ready to adapt. Not to say ready, they are not adapting enough to the things, the AI, and they tend to not understand what's going on. And sometimes they prefer to do the old way, or prefer to the a bit older version of AI or technology, so that they can't adapt with it. These are the risk management strategies that recognizing it. Moving on to next, risk management, evaluating the impact of human errors. So the definition will be the process of analyzing the likelihood and severity of identified hazard to determine risk levels. So number one, identify potential risk, analyze past accidents and reports. So just now we talk about the oil spill case, the cruise ship case, and then so we need to take the learnings, and then the ship where the ship never closed the properly and the workers slack off. So this is what they mean by analyze past accidents and reports, and we need to get some knowledge from that and determine probability. How the often does this type of errors occur? So we did 3 case studies. Okay, the second one might rarely happen. The third one might rarely happen because of now the shift systems, and then the alarming, the CCTV systems, the advanced technology. So there's always alert, even though there's human involvement, AI technology involvement is there. So the type of mistakes happening is not to say 100%. Maybe I can give it a 60% or something like that. But the captain's lack issues, these things, all that, it can happen, and it's happening, still happening at some point of places. and then assess the consequences. What happen if the error occurs? Injury, ship damage, environmental impact. So it depends on the case. What kind of case? Let's say the oil spill. Till now, the impact is still on. Oh, I can give you a good example is that the Sri Lankan ship where ship's oil spill, and then till now people in Sri Lanka can get to enjoy fish, even though the case is few years back also. They still can't eat the fish because the fish are in the sea is highly toxic, and a lot of fishes died, and it caused to affect the environment, Sri Lankan fishermen's environment. And the ship, if they can recover, they can recover. If not, most of the ships are left abandoned just like that, because the ship broke into half, or the ship is broken. Rather than you bring it down here, cost a lot of money and cost a lot of time. You can't do it in a 1-2 days kind of impact. And then injury depends on the severity. Let's say if you can save, you can be safe, you can be safe. If not, the injuries are highly to happen. So moving on to number 4, Pythras risk. This is based on the probability and severity. So you need to know based on probability how often this happen. Just now I told you, like overload, tired, stress, this one all happening a lot. And severity, how often how often the pain is, and how big the damage is. So this we need to manage in order to do the risk assessment on evaluating the impact of human errors. Moving on to next. Risk management strategies. So first, risk control management training, simulation, crew resources management. So simulations, as per what I noticed and what I watched, simulations are more through going on right now. Let's say if you want to be a captain, you want to be an officer, or you want to be a crew member or something like that, simulations are going on, and you need to pass on simulation. For ships, I think they are still going on, but as I saw it in a big term is, planes are using this simulations as well, and ships are using it as well. You need to know, you need to pass the simulation, you need to get a, let's say the score is 30 out of 30, you need to get a perfect 30 out of 30, then only you can get to move on to the next level. And the simulations are based on real life simulation. Is considered good and great if you ask me. Like, we are getting the training, but not so it's like a real time thing also, like it's a virtual thing, but it makes you to feel like real with the VR and with the propeller. You know how get to feel it real. And crew resource management, choose a person who's ready for the job and how he wants to do, and with the knowledge and special skills you have. Please choose based on that. Economics, better ship design, clear alarms. So these things are getting applied in almost every ships right now. So like how the ship is in the, can the ship withstand all the weather conditions, can the ship withstand the water waves, everything are being checked, and they are doing their things to make sure that the ship is in the condition to go bring the goods. And clear alarms, you need to set a clear alarm, clear sensors, and clear VDR box or something like that. So like the ship is always ready to overcome any kind of incidents, or get ready to face any kind of situations. Okay, fatigue management, work hour limits, fatigue monitoring. So just as I told you, there will be a 6 hour, sometimes more, maybe 4 hours or 6 hours shift exchange. Make sure the ship actions go correctly. Like, don't let it, let's say my partner told me I'm supposed to enter at 4 o'clock, can you cover me? So the first person, he won't get enough sleep, so it might affect, so might affect his working, the thing job is doing. So the circle will be disrupted. You need to understand that. So don't slack off, do your job properly. That's what, follow the hours. And then fatigue monitoring, monitor how you feeling, talk to your crew members, do whatever you want to do, like make yourself calm, make yourself chill, like don't get deep into it. Like safety culture, encourage error reporting, strong management support. Like, let's say if you do something mistake, be honest and be brave and explain that what you did was wrong. Like nowadays, they are encouraging you, not punishing you, but encouraging you to be honest so that you can overcome upcoming situations. And strong management support, like our company, like our crew members, our bosses, we need to have a good understanding. The captain, all of us need to have a good understanding, and the person who hires the ship owners, they need to understand our needs and they need to support us because we are keeping our life in the sea. This is the you guys need to understand. Moving on to next. So Sabine, is it my part or your part? That's for double confirmations.
My part.
Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you for your time for listening this. Thank you so much.
Okay. My name is Sharwin Kumar, son of Tamiraja. I am going to talk about risk management strategies. So, at first, we can see data collection and analysis, which is to prevent accidents. It is essential to track and analyze data related to maritime operations. Recording accidents and incidents helps identify common risk factors. And then monitoring crew fatigue, stress, and performance ensure that workers are in optimal condition. And then tracking environmental factors like weather and sea condition help improve operational decisions. The last one is analyzing safety trends, allows decision makers to refine procedures and enhance safety measures. By using this data, companies can predict potential risk and implement preventive measures before the incident occur. Okay, and then the second point is safety audits and inspections. So, which means regular audits and inspections are necessary to maintain high safety standards. So, which is internal and external audits evaluate the effectiveness of existing safety protocols. Then, testing crew skills and emergency response red lines ensures that personnel can handle crisis effectively. And after that, inspecting equipment, alarms, and navigation systems help prevent malfunctions that could lead to accidents. And then compliance with international safety management, which is ISM, code ensures global safety standards are met. And these audits provide a structured approach to identifying and mitigating risks in maritime operations. And then the third one is near miss reporting and feedback, which means near miss reporting is a protective approach to accident prevention. First, encourage crew to report mistakes without punishment. Fosters a culture of transparency, and then investigating incidents to find root causes helps prevent future accidents. And then improving safety procedures based on reports ensures that similar risks are minimized. The last one is sharing lesson learned with crew members, increase awarenesses and preparedness. Um, by focusing on learning from mistakes, organizational can strengthen safety practice and reduce accidents. After that, I'm going to maritime risk management frameworks. Which means several internationally recognized frameworks help regulate maritime risk management. So at first we can see international safety management, which is ISM code. So a global set of protocols ensuring safe ship operations. Uh, requires companies to establish safety objective and provide a structured risk management system. Um, and then hazard identification and risk assessment and control determination, which is focused on occupational risk control in ship operations. This helps identify potential hazards and implement necessary um, precautions. After that, formal safety assessment, which is FSA. This is a structured risk-based approach used for regulatory decisions. It ensures systematic evaluations of risk in maritime operations. So these frameworks provide a comprehensive approach to safety and risk management in the industry. So the last part is conclusion. Human error remains the primary cause of maritime accidents, leading to significant financial, environmental, and human losses. Factors such as fatigue, poor communication, inadequate training, and flow decision making highlight the need for effective risk management and strategies. By implementing better training, fatigue management, improved ship design, and strong safety cultures, the maritime industry can reduce risk. So regular safety audits, near misreporting, and compliance with global standard further and enhance safety. So continuous improvement in human performance and risk management is essential to prevent accidents and protect the environmental and safe lives. That's all from me, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.